But what's up, boys? Stefan F and Gaming. Haven't posted anything or done anything in like a year, so time to finally get back on the train of opening some cards and doing some stuff. Back with Edge of Eternities. It's been a really fucking weird year for me, so this is like I've opened a bit of, goddamn, what was the race set? Aether Drift. I wasn't able to open any of Tarkir, and I also wasn't able to open any Final Fantasy. Not that I would want to open any Final Fantasy, but here we are, and let's rip into this. I should have grabbed a knife. Ooh. Should I get a knife? Can I get it? There we go. So I'm hoping for some of the really cool bonus sheet lands. It'd be really nice to see, obviously a, what the hell is it called? Ancient Tomb would be an incredible hit. It would be nice to get Sothera. I want a couple of those, as well as the like new Gaia's Cradle would be very neat. Very cool to get. Oh, what's this? The different races. So there's the Sunstar, the Ilvoy, the Monoists, the Kav, and the Eumidians. Want a lot of Eumidians as well as Vardrix and Esteli. Oh, Graveyard. Lanterns and Landfall. Ramp. Blue and green ramping? Never heard of that. Oh, look at all those Tezzerets. Look at them all. Just give a moment for people to come join in. Let's see. Let's get all these bad boys out of here. You know, I'm kind of upset that they don't do box toppers as much. Wish they did it more. I mean, they had it with Aether Drift, with the gold cards. The gold cards were pretty cool, but there were so many jank cards in Aether Drift that getting a good one was just few and far between. But I wish they did it with this. It would be really cool if, like, you get a box topper and you're guaranteed one of the, like, bonus sheet lands in the Galaxy Foil or whatever it's called. I think that would be a really nice touch. But oh well, we've got this. See here. Double check some things. Check something real quick before I get into all this. Whoop! Good. Okay. Well, we'll get cracking into these. We'll start. Well, let's push these all the way back. Let's see what our first pack gives us. I don't know a whole lot of the set. I looked at a lot of the spoilers, but I was more interested in the art of this set. I really love the space theme, but otherwise, don't know too much of what's going on. Kav Landseeker. Makes a lander when it enters, and at the end step, at the beginning of your end step, your next turn, sacrifice that token. So you got to use it right away. Whack. Beam Saw Prospector, Cloud Sculpt Technician, Bright Spear Zealot, Sky Stinger, Command Bridge, Mechanizoa, Cerebral Download, Tapestry Warden, Timeline Color, Dual Sun Adepts. Ooh, Mightform Harmonizer. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, double the power of target creature you control until end of turn at warp 2 and a green. That's pretty fucking cool. Leave him in a separate pile. We'll go about there. Lightless Evangel and a Mountain. Lander. 2 tap, sacrifice this token, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped. Oh my god, they've made ramp tokens. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, full art rare first pack. Pretty good. We're trying to upgrade a insect deck right now, so that's I think that's a pretty good hit for us. Diplomatic Relations. I know that they've already had to errata this card because it was too good as of a removal piece. Caveron Skywarden, Gravblade Heavy, Divert Disaster, Banishing Light, and Depressurize. Dock Worker Drone. When this creature enters with a +1/+1 counter, when this dies, put its counters on target creature you control. Rayblade Trooper, Caveron Harrier, Mouth of the Storm. Ooh, there we go. Nesting Grounds. Nice. Look at that. These are so cool looking. And then Emissary Escort. This creature gets +X/+0, where X is the greatest mana value among other artifacts you control. Sammy's Curiosity and a Forest. Another lander. I think those landers are very neat tokens. I also picked up the World Shaper, the Jund precon, so I think it'd be really cool to have a bunch of those lander tokens, seeing that you're sacrificing a lot of lands in that. Beam Saw Prospector, Ilvoy Galeblade, Night Luminary, Blooming Stinger, Frontline War Rager, Insatiable Skittermaw, Temporal Intervention, Siege Ship Impact, First Spacecraft, Uthros Scanship. Yeah, the lands are sick. Just, you can eventually turn it into a 4/4 flyer. When it enters, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. I'm going to keep that to the side. I'm probably going to be putting that in my Captain Howler deck. Tragic Trajectory, Weft Stalker Ardent, Nova Hellkite, Flying Haste. When this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature and opponent controls. And it has Warp 2 and a red. Ooh. And then Weapon Manufacturing. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions with, when this token leaves the battlefield, deals 2 damage to any target. Alright. A different lander. No mythic yet, but that land is very cool. Very cool, Kanye. Let me know if the audio is okay as well, if it's if I need to turn anything up or down. Self-Craft Mechan, Focus Fire, Drix Fatemaker, Rig for War, Virus Beetle, Mechan Shieldmate, Thawbringer. When this enters or dies, surveil 1. Territorial Bruntar. Tragic Trajectory again. Another Uthros Scanship. Siege Ship Impact again. This is very similar. Terminal Velocity. You may put an artifact or creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. That permanent gains haste. When this permanent leaves the battlefield, it deals damage equal to its mana value to each creature, and at the beginning of your end step, sacrifice this permanent. That's a lot of things to put on, it's a lot of things to add to a card. Remnant Elemental, and a Swamp Lander. Like to see some full art lands. Be nice to get a couple of them. Audio sounds good. Beauty. This is my first time trying to stream on YouTube and getting it all set up, so it's good to know that it sounds alright. Nebula Dragon, Grav Pact Monoist, Cryo Shatter, Weft Blade Enhancer, Shattered Wings, Drill Too Deep, Wormwall Sweeper, Felgrav Ship, All Fates Stalker, Galvanizing Saw Ship, Psionicist, Cosmogoyf, green and a black. This creature's power is equal to the number of cards you own in exile, and its toughness is equal to that number plus 1. And Meltstrider's gear. Full art? No. Still no full art lands. Can you even get them in the play boosters, or did they decide to make those a collector booster thing only? Wouldn't surprise me. Fungal Colossus, Oreplate Pangolin, Peregrine Beckoner, Cryogen Relic, Squire's Lightblade, Gene Pollinator, tap, and untap permanent you control at 1 mana of any color, Thaumaton Torpedo, Radiant Strike, Debris Field Crusher, Miminon, Uthros Exile, Hilderblade, Warmaker Gunship. When this spacecraft enters, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control to target creature an opponent controls. You can turn it into a flying 4/3. And Archenemy's Charm. Choose 1, exile target creature or planeswalker. Return 1 or 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers from your graveyard to your hand. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature you control. It gains lifelink until end of turn. Okay. Interesting. I don't think that's all that great for 3 black to return just 2 things to your hand, or 2 +1/+1 counters, or exiling something. Seems a bit underwhelming to me. Flight Deck Coordinator, Intrepid Tenderfoot, Plasma Bolt, Hull Carver, Mental Modulation, Zealous Display, Galactic Wayfarer, Virulent Silencer, Weft Stalker Ardent, Dual Sun Technique, Glacier Godmaw, Consult the Star Charts, Kicker, 1 in a blue. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. Put 1 of those cards into your hand. If this spell is kicked, instead put 2 of those cards into your hand. Rest on the bottom of your library. So, oh, there we go. Full art Island. That is sick looking. Love that. I don't think I've gotten a mythic yet. That's wild. Maybe this whole right side of packs has no mythics. That'd be crazy if we went through this one stack here and no mythics. Cavaron Turbodrone. Grav Kill. Exile target creature or spacecraft. So this card is just... I love the art, but I would never play that. 4 mana just to exile something. Mechan Shieldmate. Focus Fire. Intrepid Tenderfoot. Red Tiger Mechan. Swarm Color. Monoist Circuit Feeder. Honor. Halia Ascendant Cadet. Stomping Grounds. That's nice to see. Oh, a rare Stomping Grounds and then an Ouroboros. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is this creature's power. Damn, that's a big boy. Make other boys even bigger. And then a Lux Knight Breacher and a Plains and a lander. All right, so we got a shock land and a mythic. Just after I say this whole stack has no mythics. That's a pretty damn good get. Human Soldier. Bombard. Dark Endurance. The spell costs 1 less to cast. If it targets a blocking creature, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Ilvoy Light Jammer. Starfighter Pilot. Sammy's Curiosity. Temporal Intervention, Lost in Space, Seam Ripper. Roving Actuator. Broodguard Elite. This creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. When this creature leaves the battlefield, put its counters on target creature you control. It's got X green for warp. It's alright. Interceptor Mechan. Singularity Rupture. Destroy all creatures. Then any number of target players each mills half their library, rounded down. There you go, Brandon. This is a pretty good mill card for you. Should I be playing that next time? Scout for Survivors and Island. I'm actually going to put this bug aside too. This Broodguard Elite. That seems not too bad. Definitely add that to something. Alright, Drone. Luxnite Breacher. Biosynthetic Burst. Melded Moxite. Comet Crawler. Sinister Cryologist. Meltstrider's Gear. Pinnacle Killship. 7/7 for 7, and you need to tap 7 power. When this enters, it deals 10 damage to up to 1 target creature. Holy smokes. Scour for Scrap. Molecular Modifier. Dawnstrike Vanguard. Nice, another land. Strip Mine. That's a good one too. Ooh, we got the Black Planet. Susur Secundi, Void Altar. Enters tapped, adds a black station. It's got 12 plus counters on it, 1 in a black, tap, pay 2 life. And sacrifice a creature. Draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power. Activate only as a sorcery. That is so cool. I love that. Gonna put that in Nethroi. Banishing Light and Mountain. I don't know if Nethroi needs that. I don't really need the card draw on it, but I mean, it's so cool. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Actually, I might put that in Grist. Grist really needs Grist starves for card draw, so I might do that. Rig for War. Oh, I should probably back up. Just cut off my eyes. Rig for War. Virus Beetle. Selfcraft Mechan. Flight Deck Coordinator. Drix Fate Maker. Meldon Moxite. Command Bridge. Zookeeper Mechan. Biomechan Engineer. Systems Override. Void Forge Titan. Possibility Technician. Whenever this creature or another Kavu you control enters, exile the top card of your library for as long as that card remains exiled. You may play it if you control a Kavu. Alright. Interesting. Oreplate Pangolin and a Forest. Let's put Susur Secundi with the other mythic. Alright. Second pile? Start of the second pile? I guess we've already done one in the second pile. Yeah, Grist really needs card draw, so we'll probably pop it in there. Slag Drill Scrapper. Decode Transmissions. Ilvoy Operative. Exosuit Savior. Nutrient Block. Zookeeper Mechan. Thawbringer. Vote Out. Use Social Engineering. Interesting. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token and warp. Wedgelight Rammer. Hey, another land. Terrain Generator. And Starwinder. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. Nice. That's pretty good. Cloud Sculpt Technician and an Island. So far, 2 Mythics and a Stomping Grounds. Got 4 of the, well, 3 of the bonus sheet lands. I'm gonna just stack up these rares here. Focus Fire, Drix Fate Maker. I think we got something in the back here. Rig for War, Virus Beetle, Mechan Shieldmate, Dock Worker Drone, Zealous Display, Meltstrider's Resolve, Station Monitor, Faller's Faithful, Reroute Systems, Rust Harvester, Menace, 1/1/1. Menace 2 tap, exile an artifact from your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature that it deals damage equal to its power to any target. and diplomatic relations. Hey, we got a full art mountain. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Love to see more of those full art lands. Probably gonna have to go out of my way to buy a bunch of those because those are sick looking. Star Breach Whale, Starport Security, Germinating Worm, Cov Landseeker, Embrace Oblivion. See, this isn't bad. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, destroy target creature or spacecraft. The only thing that sucks is that it's a sorcery. Radiant Strike, Thaumaton Torpedo, Mechan Assembler, Invasive Maneuvers, Larval Scoutlander. When this spacecraft enters, you may sacrifice a land or a lander. If you do, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tab, then shuffle, and you can make it a 3/3 flyer. Hey, Sacred Foundry! Nice. Asteli Reclaimer. Flying, when this creature enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent from your mana... When this creature enters, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to your battlefield, where X is the amount of mana that was spent to cast this creature. Okay, so you could get a 3 mana creature with the warp, or a 5 mana creature with, or I guess non-land non-creature. So you get like a 3 mana enchantment or artifact and or a 5 mana. That's okay. Mouth of the Storm and a forest. Sick. 2 shock lands. Not too bad. This one's from the left pile. Maybe left pile's best pile. Night Luminary, Blooming Stinger, Frontline War Rager, Insatiable Skittermaw, Star Breach Whale, Swarm Color, Nutrient Block, Reroute Systems, Eumidian Terra Botanist, Caesarian Voidborn, Ruinous Rampage, Hardlight Containment, 1 white, enchant artifact you control. When this aura enters, exile target creature and opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. Enchanted permanent has ward 1. It's pretty good. I like that. Squire's Lightblade. Hey, we got a swamp. God damn, that looks good. Yeah, that spaceship would be pretty sick for a landfall deck. But let me take another quick peek at it. It was in this bundle here. Where was it? Just because you have to either sacrifice, it said a lander, or you have to sacrifice a land or a lander, which, I mean, isn't that big of a deal. If you do have the lander token, that's nice. But otherwise, sacrificing a land, not the biggest. I mean, you get 1 up from it. 3 mana for 1 extra land. I do know in the World Shaper precon, there's a lot of things that benefit from having your lands destroyed, which is a super neat mechanic, like to actually kind of set yourself back, but at the same time there's so many cards in it where you could play extra lands. It's seems like it's going to be a real fun deck to play. Ice Cave Crasher, Frontline War Rager, Insatiable Skittermaw, Star Breach Whale, Starport Security, Germinating Worm, Galactic Wayfarer, Glacier Godmaw, Biomechan Engineer, Dual Sun Technique, Systems Override, Genomorph Imago. What the hell is this? Flying Insect Druid, 2 mana for a 1/3 landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, target creature has base power and toughness 3/3 until end of turn. If you control 6 or more lands, that creature has base power and toughness 6/6 until end of turn. It seems okay. Meldon Moxite and a mountain. That would be pretty... This insect would go pretty hard in your Simic Landfall deck, Brandon. I think it would start turning your stuff into 6/6s and just start steamrolling over everyone. Flight Deck Coordinator, Intrepid Tenderfoot, Plasma Bolt, Hull Carver, Mental Modulation, Swarm Color, Red Tiger Mechan, Eumidian Terra Botanist, Ruinous Rampage, Ilvoy Infiltrator, Caesarian Voidborn, the Endstone. 7 mana. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. At the beginning of your end step, your life total becomes half your starting life total rounded up. That is our third mythic. Nice. Thaumaton Torpedo. What's kind of neat about the end stone is that if you're below like whatever half your starting life total is, technically you're gaining life, or the inverse, you'd be losing life. So it works with a lot of whenever you gain life, whenever you lose life type cards. I feel like it would go very well in most Orzhov decks. For sure, a couple of those cards wouldn't hurt to switch in, no doubt. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in this. Like you could throw the spaceship in there, this guy. I don't want to say the Ouroboros. You already have enough big dudes in there. Fungal Colossus, Caveron Skywarden, Gravblade Heavy, Divert Disaster, Banishing Light, Sammy's Curiosity, Drill Too Deep, Scour for Scrap, Molecular Modifier, Dauntless Scrapbot, Blade of the Swarm, and Requiem Monolith. 3 mana, tap, until end of turn, target creature gains. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, you may draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcerer. Sorcery. What the hell? Until end of turn, target creature gains. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller. Okay, so you could tap it, make it so if your creature gets hurt, you draw cards and lose that life. And then you could also have it, you could also draw 1 from it. Okay, I see. That's okay. It's interesting. Blooming Stinger and a Forest and a Lander. That was a way cooler Lander token, though. I really like that one. Oh, man. We've gotten just 3 mythic. I hope the second half of these packs are going to be more mythic heavy. 3 is pretty low. Cloud Sculpt Technician, Bright Spear Zealot, Sky Stinger, Caveron Turbodrone, Gravpack Monoist, Chrome Companion, Burgeoning, there we go. Mythic Special Guest. Whenever an opponent plays a land, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. That is so cool looking. Just like the old movie poster style, like for like old school space movie. That is sick. So neat. Emergency Exit, Eject rather, Monoist Sentry, Vault Guard Trooper, Steel Swarm Operator, Zoo Effete, Osteoharmonist. 3 mana for a 2/3 tap. Return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's a skeleton in addition to its other types and has no abilities. Activate only as a sorcery. Now why would you want that? Why would you want your stuff to not have abilities? Wonder how you can make that work for you. And Ilvoy Infiltrator. Oh, the Foil Island. How am I more excited for the Foil Island? That is so cool. I'm just going to try to angle this a little bit more. Come on. Come on. There. Now if I'm in there, let's try to just... That's better. Just felt like it kept on coming off my forehead. Oh, hey, Matt. Excited to have you here. Let's see what we get. Orbital Plunge. Embrace Oblivion. Ilvoy Gale Blade. Night Luminary. Blooming Stinger. Mechanozoa. Meltstrider's Gear. Gigastorm Titan. Lashwhip Predator. Voidforged Titan. Cut Propulsion. Sunstar Captain. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 2 or more tapped creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. 2, remove a +1/+1 counter from a creature you control. Tap target artifact or creature. Probably can go infinite some way. Hemosymbic Might. And a Forest. Y'all gonna stream on Twitch as well? I tried streaming on Twitch and I just found it was a bit hard. Like, I didn't get a whole lot of traction on there. So I figured I will try on YouTube and see how it goes instead. But I'm going to try to find a way so that I can stream on both at the same time. Just to cover all my bases. Lux Knight Breacher. Biosynthetic Burst. Melded Moxite. What card do you want to pull the most? Well, obviously Ancient Tomb would be great, but I would probably like to see the Gaia's Cradle planet. Whatever one where it's like you have to station 12 and it taps for, gives you a green for each of your creatures. So it's just better for streaming overall, but it's cool to do both at the same in the stream. Oh yeah, no, I know how to I know how to set it up. It's just a matter of it seems a bit harder to get like people watching and get started just because it is so flooded with other people. I figured I can start here. No, that's the blue one. I don't remember what the green one's name is. I got the black one. I got Susur Secundi, but I'd like to see the green one. Comet Crawler, Sinister Cryologist, Auxiliary Boosters, Zookeeper Mechan, Tannock Memorial Ensign, Caesarean Dirgecraft, Hemosymbic Might. Oh, sheesh! Tezzeret Cruel Captain. I'm so happy I got this. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a loyalty counter on Tezzeret. 0. Untap target artifact or creature. If it's an artifact creature, put a +1/+1 counter on it. -3. Search your library for an artifact card with mana value 1 or less. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. -7. You get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat of your turn, put 3 +1/+1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 robot artifact creature. Is it really the best card in the set? That'd be sick. That's sick. I was so hoping to get a Tezzeret too. I've got a oh, what the hell is it? That like mech that mech commander. And I have every Tezzeret in there, and when I saw there was a new one, I was like, well, I gotta add the new Tezzeret. So that's actually such a good card too. Goddamn, putting a counter on it for every time you play an artifact. Sheesh. Requiem Monolith, got one of those already. Intrepid Tenderfoot. Hey, we got the forest. Now we're just missing the full art plains. Hells yeah, dude. Tezzeret's so good. So good. Is it Earthos or Uthros? I keep getting all the names in this wrong. I thought it was Solthera, but it's Sothera. Yeah, no, now it's starting to ramp up. There was a lot of just like regular rares, but now we're getting some good stuff now. Diplomatic Relations, Caveron Skywarden, Graveblade Heavy, Divert Disaster, Banishing Light, Fungal Colossus, Drill Too Deep, Unravel, Honored Knight Captain, Remnant Elemental, Sir Vondam the Lucent, Extinguisher Battleship, 8 mana. When this spacecraft enters, destroy target non-creature permanent. Non-creature permanent, so you could blow up someone's land. Then the spacecraft deals 4 damage to each creature. 5 counters, it becomes a flying trample 10/10. Jesus. Honored Knight Captain, and a swamp. It'd be pretty cool to make a spacecraft. Well, a spacecraft deck. I'm probably going to throw quite a few spacecrafts into... What the hell's that commander called? It's the blue-white mech. It's gonna kill me if I don't figure it out. One sec, guys. Not EDH rec. What am I doing? Moxfield. 2 seconds, boys. Sign in. Why am I not signed in? My decks. What is it called? Shorakai. That's it. Shorakai. Putting some space, because I've already got so many vehicles, so putting a couple spacecrafts in Shorakai I think would be a good choice. I usually end up making so many pilots anyways, and they're just sitting around, so just tapping them to station spacecrafts would be a really, really cool plan at that point. Cryo Shatter, Weft Blade Enhancer, Shattered Wings, Nebula Dragon, Grav Kill, Pinnacle Kill Ship, Nanoform Sentinel, Rescue Skiff, Seed Ship Brood Tender. When this creature enters, mill 3 cards. For 3 black and a green, sacrifice this creature, return target creature spacecraft card from your graveyard to your battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. I'm going to put that one aside. We might use that. Desculpting Blast. Close Encounter. Pain for all. Enchant creature you control. When this aura enters, enchanted creature deals damage equal to its power to any other target. When enchanted creature is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to each opponent. That's pretty cool. Basically turn anything into a stuffy bear, slap that on something indestructible, and you're good to go. How many packs do we have left? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus Christ, these are sticking. 7. 7 packs left. Got a human, Starport Security, Germinating Worm, Kov Landseeker, Embrace Oblivion, Cloud Sculpt Technician, Dock Worker Drone, Zealous Display, Pull Through the Weft, Sammy, Ship's Engineer, Starfield Shepherd. Ooh, maybe we can get the, there's the new angel that works as like a token doubler as well. That'd be cool to get. What? Lightstall Inquisitor. Oh, the 1 mana 2/1 that makes everyone exile something from their hand, and they can play it, but it costs 1 more for each one, and it's got vigilance. Ridiculous. That's actually, I think that's such a good card for 1 mana. It does so, like, we're probably gonna slap that in Brago and just have it constantly re-entering the battlefield, so that everyone just has, they could play whatever they exile, but everything just is going to cost 1 more. And just to keep blinking it over and over and over again will just, ooh, something's back there. Slag Drill Scrapper, Decode Transmissions, Cryogen Relic, Squire's Lightblade, Gene Pollinator, Bombard, Depressurize, Melt Strider's Gear. Did I get any of the Final Fantasy? No, too expensive for my blood, and I was a bit soured on it because my favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy 12, and they shafted Final Fantasy 12 like it so bad. It was like, I think it maybe had the second least amount of cards to represent it, and it only had like 5. So I was pretty upset about that, and the top Final Fantasies in there were 7, which makes sense. And then Final Fantasy 14, the MMO, and I was like, I didn't care for it. Like, I played Final Fantasy 14, but I don't care to see all these MMO cards. And it was just too expensive. It was too expensive, and it didn't have a lot of my favorite stuff. So I didn't have a huge interest in it. Ilvoy Infiltrator, Rescue Skiff. Also, they did 8 dirty too. Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't, what was it? It was like 7, 6, 14, and was it Final Fantasy 9 got the most love, I think. Otherwise, yeah, everything else got pretty shafted. Close Encounter, Weapons Manufacturing, nice. Whenever a non-token artifact you control enters, create a colorless artifact token named Munitions with, when this token leaves the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. And Zealous Display. So, 6 packs left. I'm kind of hoping for a full art planes just so I can have all of them. And, oh, there's the emblem for Tezzeret. We're going to put it aside. Just make sure you guys saw that. Keep it with Tezzy. We might have another fancy something. Oreplate Pangolin, Peregrine Beckoner, Cryogen Relic. Did you guys pick up any Final Fantasy? Like, Matt, I saw you. Your pulls were ridiculous. Getting, you got the full art Kefka in foil, wasn't it? Like, you got crazy good pulls. Squire's Lightblade, Gene Pollinator, Wormwall Sweeper, Temporal Intervention, Void Cracker Hound. Oh, this is so cute. What the hell? Look at this guy. Oh my god. He's got like 8 legs. He's adorable. When this creature enters, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one into your hand and the other graveyard. Warp. Huh. I'm keeping him around. He gets a special spot. Down in December if you and Stefan want to grab beers and wing again. Yeah, that'd be sick. We should totally grab beers and wing. Wing. Fuck. My mind's all over the place. Oh, we got a Plaza of Heroes. Another land. Tap, add colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast legendary creatures. Tap, add 1 mana of any color among legendary permanents you control. 3, tap, exile this land. Target creature, legendary creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. That's a pretty good one. That's like a $10 card, I think. 0-point ballad. Destroy all creatures with toughness X or less. You lose X life. If X is 6 or more, return a creature card. Return a creature card put into a graveyard this way to the battlefield under your control. Nice little board wipe. Comet Crasher. Plains. Sorry, Jesse, when I saw your name, I got slightly confused because I know like 3 Jessies now that all play Magic, and I was like, what? Which one are you? It took me a minute for it to click in. Bright Spear Zealot, Sky Stinger, Caveron Turbodrone, Gravpack Monoist, Cryo Shatter, Wormwall Sweeper, Nanoform Sentinel, Seed Ship Agrarian. When this creature becomes tapped, create a lander. Landfall, whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. That's pretty good. Make the landers and then make it bigger. Yeah. Oh, there's something there. It's probably a mountain. Memorial Team Leader, Sunstar Expansionist, Lightless Evangel, Pinnacle Starcage, 1 white. When this artifact enters, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until this artifact leaves the battlefield. Exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until it leaves the battlefield. 6 white. Put each card exiled with this artifact into its owner's grave, then create a 2/2 robot artifact for each card put into a graveyard this way. That's not bad. Oh, sheesh. God damn. That looks so good. Secluded Starforge. Tap, add colorless. 2, tap, add, tap X untapped artifacts you control. Target creature gets +X/+0 until end of turn. 5, tap, create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token. That's so cool. That's not even from the bonus sheet. That's just one of the lands in this set. That's crazy. And then we got an island. All good. I'll bring some decks with me and maybe a box and we can all crack together. Hells yeah. Maybe we could do a little like draft or something like that. I was kind of hoping to do... I really wanted to do a pre-release for this set. But given certain circumstances, I'm just unable to deal with a lot of people right now. But I really wanted to pick up a box and at least try streaming it. Dark Endurance, Ilvoy Lightjammer, Starfighter Pilot, Ice Cave Crasher, Orbital Plunge, Galactic Wayfarer, Command Bird. What does this even do? This land enters tapped. When this land enters, sacrifice it unless you tap an untapped permanent you control. Okay, so add 1 mana of any color. So you can just tap anything else. I mean, it seems alright. Seed Trip Brood Tender, Desculpting Blast, Territorial Bruntar, Virulent Silencer. We got a mythic. Cosmogrand Zenith. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, choose one. Create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Nice. Nice. We got a good amount of mythics now. Fungal Colossus. How many do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6. 6 is all right. 6 of those. We've got the we've got 2 of the shock lands, and quite a decent amount of these bonus sheet lands too. Grab another box of this, and we do a draft of this set. Yeah, this set looks like it'd be so fun. Like a lot of the lander stuff, the land destruction, the focus simply on lands that they're giving, and then the artifacts as well. Like there's so much cool shit in this set. Like I knew I was gonna be buying quite a bit of this set from the beginning of the year. I was just like, I love the space idea, but yeah, he has no choice. We have to play now. Drafts always seem sick. Yeah, we should try to actually get enough people for a proper draft. It'd be so fun. But like the artifact synergies in this, the lands, what were the other synergies? Like, what were they? Do I still have that thing kicking around? What are the other ones? Artifact control, void, warp. Warp's the other thing that I think is a super neat mechanic in this. Like being able to be like, here it is, now it's gone, and then bring it back later when you really need it is, I think, a very cool effect. Especially on, there's the one Eldrazi card where it's like when it leaves, you get to basically play something that replaces it, and then play it again later, and then replace it again. I think it's a great mechanic. Bombard, Dark Endurance, Ilvoy Light Jammer, Starfighter Pilot, Sammy's Curiosity, Pinnacle Killship, Lost in Space, Atmospheric Greenhouse. When this spacecraft enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. And you can turn into a 5/4 Flying Trampler. Atomic Microsizer, Litho Breaking, All Fate Scroll, rare, Terra Symbiosis. Whenever you put one or more +1/+1 counters on a creature you control, you draw that many cards. Do this only once each turn. Okay. Thanks, pal. Thanks for letting me draw. I pulled the Token Angel and the Altart Sliver Overlord and the Altart Tezzeret from this set in my box. God damn. That's a good box. That's crazy. I think the Sliver Overlord's going for like $100 or something like that. And I'm sure the Tezzeret's probably just as expensive, and that Token Angel is going to be pricey as hell. That's a good box. Last pack, by the way. Well, I've got a little bit more, but Weft Blade Enhancer, Shattered Wings, Nebula Dragon, Grav Kill. Do we have anything fancy in here? No, it doesn't look like it. Selfcraft Mechan, Lost in Space, Chrome Companion, Bygone Colossus, Full Bore, Mechan Navigator, rare, Infinite Guideline Station. This is the Wooburg Spacecraft Commander. When Infinite Guideline Station enters, create a tap 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each multicolored permanent you control. Flying, when it has 12 counters, it's flying whenever it attacks. Draw a card for each multicolored permanent you control. A 7/15 is wild. Oh, and we got a mythic too! Tanic Steadfast. Oh, it's the Warp Commander. Goddamn, foil Thrumming Hive Pool. Jeez, you got a lot of good shit. All other creatures you control have haste. Artifact cards and red creature cards in your hand have warp 2 red. So I have an Illarg deck, and I feel like this is just better Illarg, because Illarg has to attack, you get one creature and it goes back to your hand. This is like, you could just dump a ton of creatures rather than just having one come out each turn and then play them later. This is really cool. I'm almost considering replacing Illarg, but I don't wanna. He's serialized. It's the only serialized card I got. I gotta give him love. All right. So, oh no, Tanic goes there. So we got 7 mythics. 7 mythics is pretty good. 7 mythics, 2 shock lands. How many alt? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of the bonus sheet lands. And so I've got the commander deck as well. I'm not going to go through it. But I do know that it has the sample pack. So we might as well crack that open. Oh, good. It's right there. Bip. Wow, they're a normal size. I remember for whatever reason, the sample packs used to be like extra long. And then they'd have to fold it. They were just stupid. You want good pulls, always have Matt around, but don't let him open packs. It always goes bad for him. Yeah, I know. Last time we played booster shooters, though, he got a lot of good shit throughout, like, the entire box. So what do we got here? Oh, nothing. 0 Point Ballad. We saw that one. And an uncommon. Hymn of the Faller. Surveil 1, then you draw a card and lose 1 life. Void. If a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, draw another card. Well, that wasn't too bad. Got some good stuff. The Tezzeret was probably the best pull. Tezzeret and Burgeoning. That's, Tezzeret, Burgeoning, Sussur Secundi's really cool. Ouroboros. I mean, these are all pretty good. I don't really care for the Cosmic Grand Zenith, honestly. Tanic's neat. Endstone seems ridiculous, but definitely these three, Tezzeret, Burgeoning, and Sussur Secundi, are like top tier. Good shit. Well, and I also bought singles, if you guys want to see. Just because I was like, fuck it. I saw them. I had to get the pretty things. I got Foil Grist. The Overlord of the Mistmoors, because I loved Duskmourn. Overlord of the Flood Pits, because I loved Duskmourn. Sothera, because I knew I wasn't going to pull it. It would have been nice to. But I didn't. I'm glad I bought one. And a foil Dothy Voidwalker, because fuck yeah, why not? But yeah, thanks for coming and checking it out, boys. I don't know, I'm gonna try to stream opening packs more, as well as just playing games, and try to do this a lot more now that my work isn't awful. I have a more of a set schedule, so now, and it's a lot easier on my body, a lot less stressful, so hopefully I can actually do this more and just fucking stream other games. I want to get into going through my Steam library and just streaming some simple shit so I can chat with people. And yeah, go from there. But thanks for joining. Let me know, what was your guys' favorite card that I got that came up? I really like the Burgeoning. The Burgeoning is so cool. Glad it, man, these special guests are a lot harder to pull. I remember when they what was the first special guest? Wasn't it was it Ixalan? Ixalan had special guests? Yeah, because that's when they're like, oh, here's Mana Crypt. And I thought it seemed a lot easier to pull special guests. Oh, especially Bloomburrow. Bloomburrow, I found I was pulling a lot of the special guest cards. And now it's like, I got one per box. And I don't know if they made them. I miss Thunder Junction pull rate. Thunder Junction, like, but I feel like Thunder Junction pull rates were good because every pack had a bonus sheet card and a lot of mythics. I could be wrong, but I pulled like 4 Mind Break traps from it, and I was like, what is happening here? Like, I felt like it was so many. But now special guests, they're giving them a way better treatment, and they're making them a lot rarer to pull, which is good. I mean, that's how it should be. Partially, I would still like to see more of them, just because this treatment is beautiful. Like, I don't want to see this just in secret layers. I want to see this more in packs. What was it? It was that latest remastered one, Innistrad Remastered. Their movie posters for some of the cards were so, like the Meat Hook Massacre one, or Gristlebrand, even if you can't play it, Cathar's Crusade, those were all great. Manafoil? Hells yes. Bring back Manafoil. Tezzeret, yeah. I'm really excited about this. I'm going to put this in a deck, and I will never see this card again. I will never draw it. Say goodbye to Tezzeret. He's going away. Never to be seen again. Just because of my luck. But yeah, thanks for joining, boys. We will talk to you on the next one, and yeah, I'm gonna try to stream a lot more often. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.